Hi, I'm James Mosman, and I serve... Just kidding. You should know I'm not James by now. But James is our Executive Director of Finance and Generosity at Christ Lincoln. And his job is to manage the day-to-day financial operations of our church, to help congregants carry out their charitable intentions, and to provide opportunities as a community for us to become better stewards of all that God has given to us. So in this video, I'm going to cover the basics of how we operate and manage our finances and how you as a new member can participate. If you have questions, don't call me, call James. While James and his team do carry out the day-to-day finances of the church, they're accountable to what we call the Financial Oversight Committee. This is a committee of lay leadership board members and at-large congregants who review our financial reports every month, and they advise the staff and the LLB on significant financial decisions. These reports that they have, they're available to you, and you can actually find simplified versions of them on our website at christlincoln.org/financials. The FOC, the Financial Oversight Committee, also assists with reviewing the budget, which is put together by the staff every year. Our budget runs on a fiscal year that begins on July 1st and ends on June 30th, and each year we create reports and graphics of our ongoing budget for the congregation to see and to understand. You can find those on the website as well. As a church, one of our goals is that all those who worship with us understand and experience the joy of giving. Giving is a cheerful thing. It's done out of faith, not out of obligation. We worship a God who is infinitely generous to us, who loves us and loves to shower us with good gifts. Oftentimes, rather than remembering God's generosity towards us, we can become curved in on ourselves, and we believe the same lie that Adam and Eve believed, that God was somehow withholding, that He was holding out on us, and that we deserved more than what we'd been given. This has led us to greed and resentment and a misunderstanding of who God is and who we are. When we remember who God is, who we are, and what He's done for us, we realize that there is nothing I could possibly give back to Him that would level the scale. He doesn't need our money. In fact, it's not ours to begin with. All things are His, and He blesses us with all we need and more. From this place, we see that in Jesus, our giving and generous Father fills our cup until it overflows. Now, while that may be our motivation for giving and for being generous, we then look to how or where we can overflow these things that God has given to us. There are seemingly unending places that you could give the money that God's blessed you with. But here are a few to consider here within our local church. The General Fund. This is a fund where we ask people to make their normal donations or tithes. The General Fund is how we pay for most of our ongoing ministry. It pays for the staff and to keep the lights on, to provide communion supplies, and supports our school. It's basically the checking account for our daily ministry. Occasionally, we will have different campaigns that we'll run for various reasons. For instance, we may engage in a fundraising campaign to help pay down a debt we've incurred. It might be a fund to fund some ongoing maintenance that's not been in our ongoing budget. Could be some kind of expansion plan or building project. When we have campaigns, we do our best to make sure that the congregation is aware of them in a very transparent way. Giving can be done in a number of ways. The most common is to just put cash or a check into the offering baskets on Sunday. But you can also give online at christlincoln.org/give-today. Many in our church will use other non-traditional giving options, like assigning the church as a beneficiary on a life insurance policy, an IRA, or even appreciated property when possible. So we've covered the why, the where, and the how that you could use your money to support the ministry. The last topic I want to cover is the Christ Lincoln Foundation. Where giving to the General Fund, it's like giving to the checking account. Giving to the foundation is like giving to our savings account. The foundation exists to serve as a long-term investment arm of Christ Lincoln. It gives out over $50,000 a year in scholarships to our elementary students, and it grants support to other various ministry needs that are outside the standard budget. So you can learn more about the foundation by visiting us at christlincoln.org/CL Foundation. This is just the tip of the generosity and financial iceberg that keeps this ministry running. James and his team are always available for questions and discussions as you become more involved and travel down this personal stewardship path.